Okay, hello, welcome to another league through this mono blue living end deck. I've made a couple of changes to the main deck. I played another league through which I didn't record, and during that league I had a Batterskull in the sideboard. That was really good in the matches when I managed to get it out. There were two games where I managed to cast it for free off an Asphotold and then equip it to a Curator of Mysteries to get an 8/8 Flying Vigilance Lifelinker. And both of those times I was at less than 5 life, so that just instantly stabilized the game, and there was no way to possibly lose from there. So I'm going to try that out main deck, see how that goes. I've trimmed down on Architects of Will. I am aware that I'm probably running a little bit low on cyclers at this point. Other changes to the main deck, I'm going to try a Drift of Phantasms. So this is a convenient way to tutor up Asphotold. So it will transmute for any 3-cost spell. The only one in the deck that actually is Asphotold. Also going to try out some Serum Visions main deck. So to do that, I've trimmed down on a couple of the counter spells and down on one Ancestral Vision. I think 4 is probably excessive. Changes to the sideboard. I'm going to try the Leylines of Sanctity again. Trim down one Dismember because I always found it difficult to bring in the third one. And Ceremonious Rejection is the last thing that I'm going to try bringing in. I had a couple of difficulties in the last league playing against colourless decks, like there was a mono blue Tron deck. Obviously that's not the kind of thing we would expect to face every match, but still, Tron decks in general and Eldrazi Tron, it's good to have something like Ceremonious Rejection. So I'm going to jump into a league here, and I will see you in match. Okay, here we go. Match 1 with this slightly updated mono blue living end deck. This hand looks pretty sweet. This seems like the nuts if we can draw another land, so I'm going to keep it and hope to draw that second and third land drop. Okay, so let's play Teleria West and pass turn. It looks like we're playing against Affinity, which could be tricky. So cycle, and that's a land. It's a really slow land, but it's a land nonetheless. Affinity could be really tricky if they get a Ravager down, because that basically negates Living End. Let's see if they can. Also, Inkmoth is pretty hard for us to beat in general, unless we get a nice land out. There's the Ravager that we don't want. And another Volt Scourge. Okay, third land drop achieved. Hang on, are we just dead if we tap out? So they can't activate the Inkmoth at the moment. So if we were to Wrath, we could... No, we just don't do anything, do we? Okay, so play Asphotold and let's draw some cards. Okay, draw 3. Street Wraith is fine. So the Inkmoth is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at most currently, if they go all in on it next turn. So we can look to cycle Street Wraith. We need to maybe hold up Cryptic to bounce some things in the future. Okay. Opponent plays Darksteel, Citadel, and an Overseer, getting a bit scary. Yep. We take a lot. Let's cycle. Okay, let's put a counter on that. I think here, what do I want to do? Do I want to bounce the Ravager and then cast Living End? I kind of like that. So bounce, draw, and then Living End. Let's give that a go. Let's see what they do in response to this. So let's return that, draw a card. Okay, they just let it go. So now Living End. Okay, cool. So we get rid of their stuff, and now we pass the turn. They have Ravager plus Galvanic Blast in hand. So just down to Ravager, which they play back out. Okay. And another Ravager. Okay, that's a lot of ravaging. And that's also a lot of mana leaks. Let's draw some cards. because I'd quite like to ditch some of these mana leaks. Okay, we get a land, that's nice. And I think I want to get in with the team, or just with the flyer. Let's serve just with the flyer for now. And we'll bin a mana leak, I think. Okay, we get to scry. Okay, we'll put Street Wraith on the bottom. I don't think we're looking for that now. Okay, and pass the turn. Opponent plays Blink Moth for the turn. Activates Ink Moth. And pumps the Ink Moth. This plays nicely into Cryptic. Okay, so we take it. Fine to take 2 Infect here. Yup. Okay. We'll just take the turn back. Our soul ticks up. Field of Ruin is nice. Okay. Let's get in for 4. I think we're in control now. Okay, just pass it back. Opponent draws Memnite for the turn. Again, that's fine. Activates Ink Moth. And pumps it. Yep, no blocks. But we will kill it. Okay, they put the counter on the Ravager. That's fine. And they just pass it back. Cool. So this turn we get to play a second 4/4 for free. Let's do that. Get in with the first one and pass the turn. Opponent draws a second Ink Moth. Animates the Blinky. And swings with the team. Okay, we will block here and here. Force them to do some sacking, and then we will bounce whatever the counters end up on. Okay, so they put a load on that one. Okay, so we're taking 5, 6, 7, 8. Normally I would just do it now, but I want to make sure our opponent sacrifices their whole board, just in case something somewhere goes wrong. I don't know what could go wrong, but okay, so let's bounce that, draw a card. Cool. And we take 1. And that's game. Sweet. And now we get to bring in 2 Hercules Recall and 2 Ceremonious Rejection. I think Leyline of the Void is also pretty relevant here. So what do we take out? Let's drop Batterskull. I think that's probably too slow. We'll drop the Drift, a couple of Serum Visions, and probably a couple of counter spells as well. So Remand, a Mana Leak, an Architect, and a Riverwinder. So we've got 4, 8, 11 creatures. Think that might be okay. We'll give that a go. Okay, so now if we get a Leyline, we can't get done by Ravager shenanigans. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, this hand looks decent, so we'll keep this one. I think we want to Serum Visions on 1, so we'll lead with Island. Okay, opponent plays Darksteel Citadel, and Springleaf Drum, and an Opal. Okay, Signal Pest, and another Signal Pest. Okay, double Signal Pest is Scary Draw. So we will Serum Visions, we draw Field of Ruin, and we'll take Ceremonious, bottom the island. We've got plenty of lands now, so pass the turn. Okay, opponent plays Inkmoth and an Overseer. Lots of scary things. Yep, we get hit for 2. Let's cycle the Street Wraith, declare 0 blockers, and play Field of Ruin. That was wrong. That was just objectively the wrong thing to play. I should have played the island. There's a potential that we want to Ceremonious Rejection plus cycle. So we would like double blue. And we would also like our opponent to waste their mana attacking with Inkmoth Nexus. However, in terms of like spell efficiency, we would probably prefer to play Mana Leak on whatever they play this turn. Because that means that we can play Ceremonious Rejection for free with Asphodel much quicker. So it's probably much of a muchness. They're fairly similar options, but I think giving them the information that we have, Field of Ruin, is a bit of a negative. They play a Blink Moth, and now they get to go to town with Steel Overseer, which is scary. Bolt Scourge was their last spell in hand, so I should have countered that. Okay, so we get hit for 4 Infect, 2 regular damage. Oh no, yeah, he stays back. Okay. 4 Infect it is. Everyone gets counters. So now I definitely want to cycle. Another Field of Ruin, not very useful. Ancestral. Let's play a land first. So are we dead next turn? We're at 4 Infect. This will be so we'll have 2 counters on it, plus 1 pump there, so 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just check that. So it's currently 2. Pump with that is 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so that's lethal infect, so we need to leave that up. So I think we just have to pass the turn. It's going to be tricky, this one. It's a pretty fast start. We've let Steel Overseer live for a couple of turns, which is unfortunate. Hopefully they play something which we can ceremoniously reject. Okay, they make Blink Moth a creature, and Ink Moth. Okay, so they're going to go for some normal damage beats. So how much are we taking here? So this resolves 4, 7, 10 lethal. So we need to kill that, and they have Galvanic Blast as well. So yeah, we're just super dead. It's a good draw from the opponent. Okay, let's go to game 3. Sideboard, I don't think any of this is worth it. Do I want these Ley Lines of the Void? Let's try without those. Bring in Dispel, Remand, Mana Leak, and what else on the play? Let's bring back the Serum Visions as well. Okay, try that. Yes, let's play first. Okay, this hand looks decent, so we'll keep it. Island cycle into Mana Leak into As Foretold. Okay, so play the island. Opponent kept 7 as well. What's opponent start this time? Spire and Springleaf Drum and pass. Okay, so we'll cycle the Riverwinder and draw Ancestral and Street Wraith, which we will cycle. Curator. Okay, so we'll play the island because this time we likely do want to double cycle. Opponent plays a second Spire and a Vault Scourge, which we are fine with. And Thought Seizers. I don't like that so much, so we'll just say no. Yeah, they would take As Foretold, and that leaves us in a pretty sticky situation. Hercules, I like that very much. So we will As Foretold and draw 3. Cool. Hopefully they don't have a second Thoughtseize, because I really want to basically win the game if we get to keep this Hercules. Okay, Cranial Plating's quite scary and gains them a lot of life. But it's really not the end of the world. Okay, we take 5 and they pass. Let's put a counter on this. Play an island. Okay, so we can, yeah, I kind of like just firing this off now, so let's transmute for Living End, cycle, and cast now. Get some stuff and pass the turn with plenty of power in play. See what our opponent can do with that. Okay, Signal Pest is not very scary. Edge Champion, also not very scary when you've got Hercules Recall in hand. Okay, as foretold, ticks up to 2. Let's play Urborg. So we have Swamp Walk enabled. Get in for 7. And how much have we got next turn? 4, 7. Let's assume we've Hercules, so 12. So we'll play out this to make it lethal next turn. And also might as well cast Serum Visions. For free, why not? Bottom, top, we'll take one of those and we're good here. Okay, equip the plating, have 7 power. Okay, go to combat, they attack for 8. We're going to put this in front of this. Does opponent have any effects? They do not. Well, I do. Hercules, you. Looks like they have a counterspell. Yep. Okay, that's fine. So we take 8 down to 5, and we have, what, 8, 11, 16 damage, so we win. Play the land. Yeah, okay, cool. And opponent scoops. That went pretty well. I think game 2 I should have mana leaked the Bolt Scourge and that would not have been lethal on that turn, but I think we were still in a pretty rough situation that game anyway. So yeah, I'll see you in match number 2.